Hello, who's your for? Climate changes. Farming in Ghana, no. Chile, it's not easy. There also a farmer pa obekachiro say farming in Ghana in a sustainable way, no. Easy, no. No boy. But enye no nti ene wo ha. Ye wo ha say de be ye a me no still no. We can start our farm in a sustainable way. Enye climate change nti ene enye de yenko farming mu anase ye be stop. Problem biano, you have to find a solution in a sustainable way. And unti ana mini wa. So, nsuo beto, nsuo nto, we are going to farming. The obeka chiro say farming is easy thing no. No oboa. And unti na me pese nyame adoma. What time open paper. Na get be a be free maba. Advice be take it down. Never year or day. We sharpen to our farming. If we say chele, enye easy. So me can say easy. I know what I'm saying. Farming in Ghana, not to say the what nsuo gu gata mu no. And one say what nsuo esika no, and one say kwa say ko. Until say obetimi ahya ase enya income back no. Na say wohwinu aye dey afa kakra. Aso ni nsuo kakra. And until I don't want you be say obe lose hope because we are going to make farming sexy. We are going to feed Ghana soil and water management for sustainable agriculture. Boost your yields, conserve resources, and let's conserve tomorrow. Mr. Ferris Simpacho, Memo Aquara.
Mr. Charles Mejuso, from the same.
Yamia don't patch over corner, but also a
Yamia don't be a way. I don't
know. And then Yamia said, Mr. Ferris, as I can say, you know, a cabia, ye deity ashimwa, ye. Say, ye nya ho boase e betu bon ho. Enti no, ye depende ewo rainfall. So, utamia say nsuo ni be dey ebeto. But the moment na when we nsuo beto na we bedua ne ma no pe. Na bibia lo ko soro ho. Said ye why you be money na what to the pipe mo no pepe. Anya agro Mr. Ferris. Ubedua na ade na so say no over. For the last one try akra no. Just a sugar cane ahwede akra no. Entimi an survive. In a swampy area. Intimisro. Through your book here, actually na agriculture in sustainable agriculture farming, no farming in sustainable agriculture, no. Boy, na intimi face adiwe. Na obi a obeti a video so no. But modern say obenya o share of the copy. Ewo Amazon. The same book no so no. Ejedu so on dia. On so what on Amazon. Ma share no Facebook page this week. Ma share no your WhatsApp community this week. And master share me ankasa me start so. Nti wo a onsan kan bi no hwehwe bi. Na better say obeto one book. Now they save more than say obeboka say the mema bomb de no. Ayeka ye deja. Nti opening fire firm me da say.
Yo, Mr. Charles, Miss Medase, na me de TF so ase. I think so in the topic now odiabano a topic ehu hia pa e was say farm bia any ko na or find the way obetumi solve some of the water and soil issues you face as farmers. Metro book no na we read the book na chapter 5 of the book it talks about soil and water management. So Oshe Riasna Yewumna, soil is life. Without soil, there is no life. And without life, there is no soil. Internet soil is very, very important for our survival. Everything comes out of the soil, everything goes back to the soil. All the food that we eat, majority of it comes from the soil. Now, Oshe Kwanya soil, a formia, it takes a very long time. So, Oshe soil formation, it takes almost about 500 to 1 million years for 1 inch of soil to form. So, if you are not taking care of your soil, just know that it will take that number of years and sana an inch of soil will form. In the soil degradation, I will say, share one na yeka. Na water management so as adibia I will say share one near there. Yekan ye. Na mema background statistics kakra na information globally ɛwɔ hɔ a ɛho hia sɛ yɛn a yɛyɛ agriculture for no yɛni ɛkɔ ho. Sɛ wohwɛ in the whole world no 70% of water use is in agriculture. So 70% of water use is in agriculture. Now most of it you're groundwater. So be irrigation. Now you're depending on water from rainwater as well. Now they grow your crops. Now so the soil in general, what they call it, the water in general, for the next 30 years or for the next 25 years, food production is going to increase very, very high due to population.
Enye ize. Ene kura no aduane ho ya ye den no. Enye ize wo baby ameme wo.
Yeah.
Just a simple fruit to na first nanka utumi tono with a common scent ne €1 ni ada den ene ye ntoni se bio.
Oh yes. Oh yes. A major problem you be experience very soon. Then I meet story bia na obiako village na your interview na utumu so more villages in Ukraine, they are having problem with food. So nanka ye den ki nim say wo villages are aduane enye problem but nowadays it's becoming a challenge because of climate change. Last week na mni obi kasa na ose awa bagana pa na omu nhye bi da for the whole month of August awobia abagana no ya wakitwa. Wow. Nipa bebre eco hospital so because of that. Na omo experiences are woni bida. Now it is going to be like that for the rest of the days we are in August now. I'm saying this is an example of what climate changes. Now unim na cocoa farmer be non so kase because of our one urban the cocoa kra no into me enwo is growing moldy. So that is one of the effects of climate change. So a continue so when I was abaganam say continue for some time you realize it is going to affect the farming dynamics. It is going to change a lot of things. Remember, Ghana is a tropical country. So into most of the crops now are tropical crops. Into those crops are not going to survive. They have to go through some mutation, they have to go through some changes to be able to adapt to that environment. No maybe I will say then very critical about that. Soil and water sema yekano. Na me can say soil it takes a lot of years, thousands of years, up to 1 million before I send 1 inch of soil I then for me. Now there was one statistics now measure. Now it was saying every second, so every second an equivalent of 4 football fields of healthy soil becomes degraded. So
Wow.
every second, every second, 4 football field of healthy soil becomes degraded. What is going on? Why is this happening? There's a lot of development going on. People are moving to several places, and because of that, you need to know development is going on. Cutting trees to build houses, cutting trees to build roads, cutting trees to build factories and all that. And because of that, we are messing up the soil. Now, I can say 95% of the earth soil will be degraded by the year 2050.
2050.
So by the year 2050, 95% of the earth healthy soil will be degraded if we continue to do what we are doing right now. Now, meanwhile, some examples be a UN more report be a the buy no more say these are some of the reasons soil no degrading. No say one is because of drought. So live in sub-Saharan Africa
Yeah.
desert now soil activity time it is encroaching into the healthy soil. Now it degrade the healthy part into drought. Now land degradation. Land degradation again we are accelerating degradation by forestry, deforestation. It trees. Now compact soil. Now overgrazing. All these things is causing that that soil degradation. Now the back more kind na me read na very interesting. Industrial farming. So industrial farming, it produces a lot of food, but at the same time, it is the sole type of farming system that destroys soil not very quick. Look at it. They are using heavy machineries that causes soil compaction. No more use to friend most of the practices monocropping, where one
Yeah.
type of crop is grown throughout the year. Now they are using excessive pesticide and fertilizer, which degrades the soil very, very fast. And at the same time, because of the use of pesticides and fertilizers, our water bodies, and also is degraded. So, who realize industrial farming is one of the issue I was say you take it care of. Now another issue I'm the chemicals and pollution. Chemicals and pollution. We've talked about like synthetic fertilizers, pesticides, heavy metals that are released into the soil. So an excessive fertilizer. So what shall we have? What we call eutrophication. Eutrophication is when the water bodies become so enriched that you have a lot of algae and a lot of plant growing. Do our water bodies, it becomes distorted into me and function the way it's function. See all the aquatic all the aquatic organisms are what that water bodies need now then now we are our biodiversity in the Quran, it is also what reduced. Now Washa, presently the way we are eating is also one of the problems. The way we are eating is one of the problems. So our diet and nutrition has changed. Nowadays, people prefer uh, pizzas. They prefer our friend then KFC,
Indomie.
Indomie.
KFC.
Into Russia, our diet has changed. Who design your mana? The fee say who and wuska.
Yeah.
So
It's true.
but those things we forget said they are processed food. It has gone through some processed mechanism. It is not nutritious for our body, but yet that is what we like. So, and its impact on the soil is very, very high, but we don't look at that as well. Internet very critical say, yes, sure. Since animal way and now you and Eka say, if we don't take care of it, then we are going to lose about 95% of the healthy soil by 2025. Saa nneɛma nketenkete wɔ na ɛyɛ ma metwerɛ that section of the book ɛyɛ soil and water management. Minko soil no, let me talk about the soil a little bit. Say, okay, soil now your physical, chemical, and biological activities. So okay, physical activities now, or friend soil texture, soil structure, porosity, filtration, and all those things. It is impacted by our cultural practices. A coin a yefa so apply fertilizer, a coin a yefa so till your land, a coin a yefa so or friend work in the soil. It is how money now have effect on the soil structure, the soil texture, soil porosity, soil water, and soil infiltration. All those things has effect on it. So, and one main problem farmers can soil erosion. So soil erosion, we all know, we learned it from when we were in primary school, the washing away of the topsoil. Everybody knows it. So the impact is that it is taking away all the nutrients that the soil, the plant need to grow very well. To deposit it in a place you don't need it. So, how do you prevent soil erosion to make sure, say, the organic matter now, our soil is retained? So, we talked about chapter 5 of the book. Some of the things are not make
By the way, Mr. Version Pachamba, I was young for the age die no, your net title no, your free book ya muhu ya Mr. First book no, Principle of Sustainable Agriculture no. Nti se wo book no a wankasa no ubewie a ubetimasa go through the chapter no na wahu how an yemasitie. Se wo ni book no so no problem, you will get yours when it's time. Yeah. Omo pay hard copies no munya botre dey the time will come. But okwa Amazon so a kind no betim say ebeka bi. And then first time so a subscribe my na like video na share video no because some people continue maybe say can sustainable na omonti ase. Na is the only way for the future. Ti said the unisika na woje 1000 Ghana cedis. Na bosumi no woje bosumi 1000 Ghana cedis obewie no o expenses kwa no ye the ebro 1005. E basa na sustainable bi anya dey enim. Nti ye bema senior to aso. Me da wase.
Yo, chapter 5 of the book. Now me kasafa practices a promote to soil health. So, and one of it in a year mitigating tillage. Akwanya ubetumi reduce tillage practices are affected soil health. Yeah. Example, conservation tillage, no-till, strip till practices. And I think that Mr. Pamford has been doing a lot of work on no-till. So, and nowadays, so we have some machineries are very, very small. It's not very heavy. But compact soil. No. So when you have some machines in Ibiswa, ubetumi, walk behind type of tractors. And I said, tillers are ubetumi use they are till or land. Send your and compact the soil because soil compaction, last night you can say it forms what we call a hard pan. And that hard pan, prevents soil, prevents water infiltration, and also root penetration. Now the plant doesn't grow well the way I would say it grow. So, and then introducing organic matter in the soil. Introducing organic matter in the soil. Organic matter, so who's the last time because soil has 4 components: water, air, organic matter, and then minerals. So organic matter is the small fraction, very small. It's about between 2 to 5% of the whole soil mass. So it can easily be degraded or be destroyed. Into as a farmer, no, when I also try say every time you are improving the organic matter content within your soil mass by practicing cover cropping, practicing mulching, so using organic materials. So we increase the soil organic matter content now. You are using organic materials. It will go through decomposition. Now add the organic matter and nutrient to the soil. Into cover cropping is one of it. And then crop rotation. Crop rotation, I think, say I can't answer more harder. In crop rotation, what you are doing is you are not practicing or friend then the same crop on the land year after year. You rotate the crops from in there would be a corn, or china no would be next year no would be a soya bean, the next year no would be a pepper. Would be rotating is what you are doing is you are disturbing the pest build up and disease build up. Who said you don't have much diseases when you do that. And at the same time, no, you also improve the nutrient content of the soil because you are using leguminous crop. So you are using crops that fix the nitrogen within the soil. So now your soil is fresh. Now, Adibago so na make kasa afa ho ye soil compaction. Soil compaction the ya can has make with that, but using machines are very low, very heavy. So very heavy. Now, one of the problems of using what they call it, using compacting your soil, disturbance of the soil structure. So soil structure no say be so compactor, it causes runoff. Nti nsu no egusu pe obohu na ekọ entumi penetrate within the soil to support the plant growth. Question go hard.
No. They say the mbese me woni say. They say baby edro no. Climate change aba. But at the same time, no, obi a woye adwuma bia no, oye farm bia no, episo okọ mechanized one. Many people no any knowledge you use to do that thing, no. The same as you can say we decide is semono fertilizers as semona. It's the same thing. Nti metrewa na misuro kakra. Because you didn't we decide ba Ghana no. Ehwa na enema nyina ahya ase ye de eye basa. Enwa, emre, any all these kinds here na ye de ni free no. Ni nyina ho ye de eyira. Because of say we decide no, omo use no, omo ni hu knowledge bia, and the all turn so no, enye ne responsibility so obey educate your better. Ye de adru the same mechanism where ye kan ya obekọ ye engine borigane sa kintampo area mo no edru farm yi na tractor na ne high na ehu hia ye. Say enya tractor sia asase no so hia ye, but nothing else. And now me person me usao. Die na o say
a very important question, Mr. Charles. Industrial agriculture is not going anywhere. So, and as commercial farming is not going anywhere. It will be around. But the question is, how are we going to be sustainable even if we are still using these machineries? They are going to be around. As a matter of fact, Ghana and Kasano, commercial farming machines are used and shut down heavy out. So machines be a farmers say what he use you'll be surprised.
Yeah.
If you cry said dan nen na mo farm, do pa. So that is the point we don't want to get there. because eban sana yen farmers nangasa no yenim kwan a ye fa so manage ye soil. Inti say yes, chance say the machines way by. How are we going to manage our soil? We don't even know how. Inti na make can say last na me share Nigeria ni bi na auton or import machineries. Now they were very, very small work behind tractors. Very durable. It doesn't cause much problem to the soil as compared to the heavy ones. As a farmer, no, ube to me use. Say a day cry now to me a door about a hectare. Okay, a hectare with that cry now, I feel say a bebo. So, menkan water ho asem kakra. The two most important measures of water for managing irrigation system. Also, the soil water content and then the soil water potential. The soil water content is the amount of water our soil need. And then the soil water potential, it measures how the plant is using the water. It is the water dynamics within the soil. We have available water, we have capillary water, we have gravitational water, we have unavailable water, we have fill capacity, we have wilting point, and all those type of water that is within the soil. But what we have to be very critical about is the fill capacity. And I say available water. That available water is what the plant is able to absorb and use for growth. So, maybe I can say water. But all water plant bebrea, it doesn't do well. Now one water or friend the optimal levels where it doesn't do well. I know we so I didn't say plant if your field flounder, say we should be brave, yet the plant messes up. I didn't hear.
Yeah.
So because the plant cannot use that much water our field in this. So and then the soil water potential the amount of water plant is able to absorb. Say for plant to be able to absorb water, it depends on what is going on in the soil, especially the mineral part of the soil. So if your soil is salty, so if the soil is salty, and I say if it is saline soil, it takes a lot of work for the plant to absorb water. Say okrano seawater, say onoma, it hydrates you. It dehydrates you. So salt would dehydrate you. Into say if the soil have too much soil salt, plant into me absorb enough water to be able to function very well. Into I was say we a farmer, I also test the salinity of your soil. Tina say asase we de ntino so do we adwuma was so enyi. I didn't know you was so enyi. Have you modified it? A quite version about to me modifying the way you sort and if you know to me a plant. Now, share your friend then the pH of the soil, the alkalinity and the salinity of friend the acidity of the soil also very critical. So acidity means say rainwater is very acidic. It increases the acidity of the soil. Maybe also add the egu soil name or chemicals, organic matter content decomposition, they all increase the acidity of the soil. Until a year can say, answer now boko now wako plant to crop. Make sure so you have an idea what the acidity, the pH of your soil is, which most farmers don't do. Remember, to be able for the plant to be able even to take nutrient from the soil, and the primary nutrient like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. It depends on the level of the pH I was soil. Until you can say about 5.5 to about 6.5 is great for most crops. But say if it is above and if it is below, then it means your crops are not going to perform well. But we normally don't check those things as well. So or question more now.
Yeah, na yenua penny obibini the question by na yen shall free. Okay, I'm in Famra. Or say hi. Do you think farming can be produced on a commercial level without destroying the soil land?
Oh yes. I know commercial farmers here who are doing that. They have 20 acres, they have 50 acres, they have 100 acres, they have 200 acres. Some of them have been 5,000 acres, and they are doing sustainable agriculture. They don't till their land. All that they do, one farmer be an Amikasa, so time is with what we call cover crops, winter wheat. Winter wheat, no with na cover land so. In this 80 times over plant here, now we plant corn no afemo. Na winter wheat no ashe na cover crops no. Into no ondo. Into no, it's possible. It's all about how you want to do it. It's all about that. So it's all about that. Also the heavy.
Okay. Senior Jacob also said, rightly said, the heavy duty machines really harm the land so bad that it replaces the nutrients of the soil, which was meant to be top and beyond the plant reach. So now, what do you advise we use?
Yes. The end now make us say heavy machineries, you know. In fact, you were heavy machineries. So till I see an American ones of me. They are very small. Some of them are 7 horsepower. Some of them are 12 horsepower. What damage can it do to your soil? Not much. So, but when you are going above 27, 30, 50 horsepower machineries, then you know that you are going to have problem with your soil. So, but farmers in Ghana don't say, I am not farming a very large field. So, if you have 2 acres, if you have 5 acres, if you have 10 acres. With that machinery, you can use it to till the land if you want. It will not compact the soil that much. So that is one area. We've been talking about a friend cover crops, which is one option that you can use. Cover crop is very important. If you know the type of cover crop you use, you will not even need to till the land at all. You will not need to till the land at all. The crops will do the work for you. So, that is one area. I know people use a lot of chemicals to spray, but I don't advocate that personally. I don't advocate the use of chemicals. But if you are going to use chemicals to spray, then you also the recommendation. Because most people just pour. They don't even measure. They pour the chemical and they use it. So how will you know, sir, you are using the right quantities or proportion for that work? It's very difficult to know that. So so won't my extension officer be the NCH ministry and also be a autism your manas no yede on church ministry and son wako apply either to your crop or to the ways our person then ukum. So
Okay, senior. Your another question was say, what are the methods for checking the salt level of the land before purchasing land for farming purposes?
a very, very important question.
Where your point cheaper because
Yeah.
Sadio Winyane maybe a ye ni
Mm-hmm.
who knowledge, and no answer at all. And a queen papa because obeso could obit could echo toss as and sacred one so the video could be. And so maybe as that particular land in Yamakubino. We batch it
Mm-hmm.
you.
Right. Ehun here pa sado ehun here. Unse ena meka say your friend then your simple meters. So would take a sample of soil now or form a slurry out of the soil now we're taking bottom the meter no with the probe no shape. Now about the level of the salt content. It's very easy to identify. So they are in the market and they're very expensive. They are pH meters. There are a lot of probes out there are good to use to determine the salt level of your field. That is one way that you can determine that.
But the problem is, said it will be beneath. Let me take example, say open 100 acres. That means
That's
one
what it
acre
is.
be also an example.
Oh,
Because
that be
the same land in a vast land, Ubet measure how you okay. Because the other side in the bench, you know why different. Ubedru and how you epen no different. And I'm watching boy.
oh yes. Now kind of the and now you will acquire so you acquire you first to take a soil sample. Even if it is 1,000 acres, we have a way to take soil sample. So that is why you don't just do it as a farmer. You get those who are knowledgeable, consultants, to help you do that. And it's not like so work for soil now or they collab. There is a way to do it to get an accurate representation of the whole field, even if it is 10 acres. So
Okay, that's it. Mr. Jacob Wasababio, please, do you have to say about the use of I think said do you have something to say about the use of bullock for farming? I'm saying and only the water issue
near
bullock.
and we are then.
I think said you no person can hear the wooden and tree near Mr. Jacob Bacho, can you come back again for this particular technique, But I think say the in an entry now.
And then
Yeah.
well, it is sustainable. It is a sustainable practice. People are still using it. So yeah, and as a donkey, now all can have some there. People are still using it. Me call a friend in Central Asia, Tajikistan, some 2019. And when I went there, that is where I saw the use of these animals in plowing. People are still using it. If you have that maize, fine. But if you don't, then you want to go the other way around. So but me use.
Okay, that's it. No cry, no cry. I'm say I think say in a natural way, the best. Just say
Right.
so person you as a second o check kakra be say the more na abo ni didi wonam so nya no say ye dey o say fertilizer ma.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
See, I think say the best, but all the same, ebusian for ene yenche because of emrenti. It is our question bia na bomodian so de beba na yentimi enhu ne enye de o say ye dey ye ka fa ho. Na opani so intimi enyamre na omfanye de no person ye dey o ye ene. Na me pese me busa ade ba ko bio. They say a dear pa na advice be na would be more be a or person or chef farmer say no one need capital for this soil and water management, you know. Ne dia nso wɔ asase koraa no na abusuafoɔ dia nti wɔanhyɛ da nkɔtɔ ɛna wɔkasa wɔtusu deɛ ɔpɛ.
So if that is the only option you have, so maybe also who said the soil is your base. And no na wujina so dia benya usika. Inti ni also ye bia ubehu the state of the soil, no, you have to do it. So only capital. Capital for what? Is it for the production as a whole and answer to make the soil look nice?
Okay.
So to make the soil look nice, money huge beer. You can do those tests sometimes. Some of them you can even do it yourself. So when to me and your cry na ube to me take those soil samples, they are collab. Na my those tests now. So test neighbor. It will tell you all the parameters are soil need. Now on percentages on say I will say we they will recommendation will also come alongside the soil analysis report and as a result. So and some of because if the soil has undergone some form of degradation be for a very long time, now koya now say me could then one share but you have some challenges. So now me you be a farmer be a about the need to take care of your soil and all that. No, see, the kwani could be out, the nim. Yes, animal no, now so konwa could be a Yamia, you are domina soon, institute or nice, they don't really know, sir. The soil also breathe, the soil have life. It has to be maintained, it has to be revived, it has to be empowered to be able to survive the plant now more grown. They have no idea about it. And those who even have those ideas, they still don't take time to work on it to make it more productive.
Okay, me one question person busa na I think say no be last question. Na it is. Say ya automatically yempel whether na sesan we kuro. You say who buy it here? I can say me na mo ade a meta kan. How many garden na me who say omodua body and na say could do as an ornament. Me share bebrebe. And me cry say me dey me share see 20 pictures. Oh. Na ka me share that the catalog na me hu how many. And who leaves na green perfect. They say you chrome. Whether na sesa. Enti die na osie ye. I was here train you who tell was here no by no. Ebi wo ho na say yen ko so anya no the holding they said this here na bro match no the bro no na wa risk na was out to yen foforo anansi yen twen say ensuo no be sha say to e we bia may mu ansa wa the bro na say there was here because who can say o twen ensuo no bia e pasa.
Well, that is the effect of climate change. And it's unpredictable. So until you're a farmer, you don't solely depend on Mother Nature for your production. Well, rainy season, people depend on it. We don't disregard that. So, anyone or there then, or there any far. So, until better rainy season. But regardless of whether you are waiting or not, you just know, sir, things are not going to be the same anymore. So a lot of things are going to change.
Okay.
I'm making Uber, Fred. Even with the Western world, no, they are also facing the same problem. So time I will say we are now war. Time I will say I will ban on near real. It's affected so many crops. So I'm saying Woka say Italy crano or Masha Sibia brode now more friend then we brought in a day also banana na so ornament. Those are engineered plant so to be able to survive those environment. So it will come to a time if the weather changes in Ghana, it will come to a time you'll be surprised that we have to now depend on engineered plant that has gone through what do you call it? Some changes. I have friend and GMO plants, you know. So now it to me I survive within that environment. She said,
She bibi to say. Ubeka say a kroma.
wow.
A kromo. Oh.
But
Me
say
either
avoid.
me prepare all these pictures. Kroma ni ediana say no. But
Yeah.
it's impossible to can no P3 or senka we et me say.
Yeah. You know, a climate change. So now the way of engineer some of the plant able to survive it within those environments.
Okay.
So
Now it's correct.
yeah. So
It's correct.
it's
Okay.
not and I make say plants need to over.
But you. Me but you and I say question Emra.
Yeah, question and I me question by Bana me said and ask Papa. I wanted to ask about the
Okay.
use of
Please, I wanted to ask about the use of the bulldog as weather is advisable and a good practice.
oh okay.
Okay, is
That's
it advisable and a good practice? I think so. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Yes. And I make say
Okay.
no, people are
Yes.
still a sustainable way of farming. So people are still using it. So if you have the means to use it, it is very, very sustainable because there is no compaction that much as compared to these heavy tractors. So yeah, so if you have the means, very, very great.
Or say, please, how do you conserve soil nutrients from washing away on a zigzag land?
On a zigzag land, I don't know how does the land is it like kefi lands and as a mountainous land and as a zigzag land no patches.
Uh, I, I think say the maintenance na say is slope kakra na I steady kakra na sa slope kakra say I think maybe sir
Yeah.
because him say yes sir that's so tetetere ya na only problem was adio sir.
Say yeah or friend hilly type of land no can have some yeah. Say we have what we call contour plow. So now we plow so you don't plow along the hill. You plow across the hill. So say
Yeah.
land this slope Caribbean, don't plow along it. When you plow along it, what you are doing is you are facilitating the erosion process. Erosion take happen very fast. But when you plow across it, it prevents erosion from occurring. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Abusiafo ya beda ye seniors and then there is so they afem the mohunu no ye ne book a watwere ɛho ne dwumadi no one of the chapters no ɛne obe present kyerɛ yɛ na ɔbɔ yɛn kae sɛ okɔ Amazon Kindle na ɛwɔ hɔ obetimi agye bi na so ready neda makoma so sɛ yɛbɛkasa fa soil and water management no frɛ sɛ me personally ma say sika recent kakra me say sika let me say me nye sika nye sima say na emom sɛ wo hu sɛ sika na ɛkɔ say na for all this udua na insu na yoyi no say dua na insu na yoyi no but when you well prepare say obey dey ube yusu bibi te say access when you well prepare so be yusu ubetimi ayen pump ane ube drill hole no eba saa na da bia no so depend ewo yi me can say rainwater no na rainwater nso na ya na ja de ensem bebrebe de eba se de mesika no ti me bompa yesre mo se yesre rade se nyame adom a ye nyinaa no nyame adom a yebetimi enya bibi a ebetimi aboa ma yenso so ya de yetutu yensuo na yetutu yensuo a yetimi de aye de yetimi ede aye yenjuma aye de yosi hia meja ama Mr. First na bibi kakra bi okan bia no odi aka ho na uhia consultation so a Mr. First wo ne consultation team wo ha omoye na omwa because you see be edro no knowledge ni ho a adwuma bi wo ho a eyese obeja esen so beye na wa pa de foforo aye if you say ansana obenya ho knowledge no na wabo ho kai anye se me disencourage you say menyo but ye woni me bi wo ho a start small but in the esa obeke ubenya knowledge just example ubekwa dua kube ene now I train 7 years to come or 5 years to come now who say kube na odi akra no it wasn't a good seed and it wasn't in a good land na fe why dey wabuka nti Mr. Verse advice bi a wo de mai bia no na yemfa de dwuma de nso ya me ya doma Friday ye be prepare topic bi a eba heavy pa any so mix.
Yo, me that's it. Na ye kan na no the bottom line is you betumi conserve water. Na you betumi conserve soil. Soil health. Conserving water no, we have different forms. Mulching is one of it. Cover crop is one of it. So you talked about rainwater. Harvesting rainwater is also one of it. You need to meet tobebre yeah harvest it na nina then harvesting ko. But say who means to harvest the rainwater which may use for your our friend irrigation. So these are some of the practices I would to me adopt it and making sure that your soil is always moist or have some form of water for crop survival. Now, our friend,
Na
soil.
Mr. Jacob say ni zigzag na mountainous.
Yeah, mountainous. Yeah, I realized that internal make us you have to, it's a contour plowing. You want to make sure, sir, you don't plow along the mountain. You plow across it so that it reduces the impact of erosion. So, yeah. With soil conservation, always the can say you will never know the state of your soil unless you do soil test. Sanya nipa wonam ho a unim se wa bibi ekwo chima bi ewo body ma unim unless ekwo hospital no ko ye check up no my lab test no my hwehwe bibia no make sure say we okay. The soil is a living thing. I call it a living thing. It's a body of living materials in there. For you to know, sir, the soil is in a good health. No, also making sure, sir, you are doing all the tests that you need to do. So you are testing for microorganism presence. You are testing for organic matter presence. You are testing for pH, nutrient. You are testing for acidity, what do you call it? You are testing for everything. So send them an idea of how to treat it. Ebano physical properties there. Who as a farmer no go to me aye, like soil texture, soil structure, soil water infiltration, soil porosity, soil density, and those kind of things in it. You the farmer can do it. But ebano chemical and biological properties are any nebia ube here say over consulted now will be either aboa with me and result. And no idea as to how to improve your soil for production. Into a crime to me, I can't find.
Ebusiafo yɛde nne dwumadie no besia because of America kra na ja opani nyama aye no yɛbɛgya na ma na akɔkɔyɛ ne nneɛma bi a na ɛda no n'anim na in some no dia bre no inswa keto bi inswa just apply it the thing is say maybe ene wunya nhye wo farm na se but eno nkyerɛ sɛ ni sɛ wotie eno nkyerɛ sɛ ni sɛ wotwerɛ message no to ho because the time will come na obeyisu some message way and the one thing say do see can ye belusu land said the oma aye dey ahwehwa to hu say a time will come na ye nya sa fertile land ni bio but say land ni ye wo de na wo yusu a wonsuro if you say who controls that particular land no nti before say obetimi aye dey adua na waton bia ma obi no de wo bedi de ye molder nti mind you growing your food, you know. Mind protecting and conserving your land, you know. Now your health, you know, will gain the tomorrow. When you mention say over joining now we need oh sorry, I think say yes. Hi, I just joined the show. Is the cover picture a book? If yes, how can I get one? Oh, that's good. Yeah, Mr. Ferris, where the Osika kumyeje kokoro no maja ma wakasa wakana wa achire mu baby o.
Yo, Mr. Charles Medase. Yeah, a book, Matro, it's called The Principles of Sustainable Agriculture. Sisiano, we don't have a hard copy. But me at you're just the Kindle copy or Amazon. Oko Amazon now bo me den shame Felix Boabenya ebepie na to me enyebi. It doesn't just talk about soil and water management. It cut across a lot of things a bit to me and your farming practices. Now say we ready, that's a question be wom and now say won't be as so you can always contact us in your you to me at church or your mass in Calacra. We are in the process able to me convert into a hard copy. So never be able to be a kind. This is an old version, so another edition. How a cost no may change in any change in your mind. So internet so enche out. Now be any be at all. Efano soil and water no, especially soil. Last night, Mr. Pamford Eka, we are writing a very comprehensive soil book and should be out now. Will be also and second be because that's it.
Yeah, so that's it. Onia Kelly, Mwakwaba, enye buku enko na ewo SOS. Yewo how to farm so how to do agriculture without asking for loan or governmental helps. And also ewo ho a eye ejedu ye yankasa ye penny ejedu and a tray and also sa o candle Amazon candle. Now this week me share ewo ye SOS WhatsApp community or me share no SOS Facebook page and I'm sharing so me yankasa me start so said the be ya wo a wonim ehudon obenya bie nyame adom a ochenya mpa I'll try my best and share no Facebook YouTube community also so me post no in pictures no na wo a wo hia bie no what me pass through links no na why there wajibi onyame nhira mo subscribe like na share and I'm kind no me de we na ye ka no ye de ba na tell say my de ma fam nti mi fam a me pese won so be de wo be fam bi yeah na no me pese every time bia no me de my escape go to an answer bibisa enti topic bia na me de ba no many times no yeah na ma fam yeah ma fam na ya say obedua bode na anase kwadu and I say afedie na weather ninti enye day enye ye eya because sika nya kosa na emebio enitira mpese unya sa message bi ti say no na ohwe se enye day ebi ntowo ebi beto kra na ento se de atome no ti de besia nyame aduma next week ni de hot because sometimes you see knowledge is power. Knowledge is not power unless you apply the knowledge, into what you must use to do. Knowledge, without action, without applying it, without intentionally using that knowledge, they said they would books, a good shares or library, name futuro, airborne, 19 time for so. When you mean subscribe, like it. Yeah, nyame nhyira so do SOS na uta echi. Ya beto aso. Nyame aduma next week Friday. Let's build together. Operation Feed Ghana. Last but not the least, and let me share BB your WhatsApp community on Facebook. Because share farm loss to be. Me rare who ye nti mami post too long be. I hope so be here ready. Are who ye say even 2025 15th August. So now no yelusu farm loss this. I'm trying my best. Say sani manensi, but information sa no enyame coming sa. Hopeful say wouldn't be koswa eye farm loss na mama sonte na the betimi ye na ye betimi avoid it. Sometimes crown ebia just the farmer no crown wo hia say ne bekasa. Na yakasa say
no tomatoes one.
Yeah,
I think so. It was very sad.
Yeah, or my Facebook page as well as a YouTube page me that to WhatsApp community.
But unim say with this loss, unim say you can convert it into a different way able to make as a benefit you. So unye money go waste say ego hosa na prona say that be. There is a way I will be to me say obia anto na say we don't know what to do with it krana. There is a way you can convert it into a different product ebabua wankasa as a farmer. I think say discuss when we're talking about waste management, you can't say your money be. Into say obisa no on contact yen. You be church no.
Masre openia or debato or Nanati one of the most influenced personality I can say social media or Ghana. Now me follow no. Now on the debato unti ma test no say Mr. Nada say meti menya farmer na a number and kamepena ma try how me name team ye beti me either I come into in help say the city because Sanya say I know how it is. Who redeem me post now obetini my dentia how I feel. And I'm trying to say a be happy now in this years, a be less until say a be cutting off. Young friends here now I will host some kwa. Nyamisha Bibia some support to SOS. Share video why not? Comment, like. My young dear SOS yema wo baby a uhia say ye shemuden ebia na bibi how ewo mfuo yem ebia na bibi how ewo niton no ba yemuton uma ye hunu a de betima ye de aboa de ye be ya aboa sika ne eni o se de Yesu Kristo kan sika ne dwete de eni bi na emom nimdiemu ene SOS platform adarumenti ye betimi aboa ewo kwan foforo so mama bye.